I want to dive into something I think most of us have experienced at some point: feeling stuck on our journey to grow. Whether you're leveling up a business, a skill, or even just trying to make a meaningful life change, there are stages that can keep us from moving forward. But when you recognize what's happening, you can break through these plateaus more effectively. Stage 1. Building your foundation. When you're starting out with something new, the goal isn't perfection, it's getting the basics down and building a solid foundation. This part of the journey doesn't take as long as people think. With some focused hours, you can become competent enough to start seeing progress. Pro tip: get to good enough first. Focused effort at the beginning brings rapid growth, so don't get hung up on being perfect, just be consistent. The trap of shiny objects. Here's where most people get stuck: the shiny object syndrome. You reach a point where you're good at something, and suddenly, every new opportunity seems like the next big thing. But here's the reality. Every time you switch directions, you're setting back your progress in what you were building. One of the biggest lessons I learned was to say no to distractions. You'll see real growth when you stay laser-focused on one thing. Discipline, consistency, and saying no to shiny objects are the keys to breaking past this stage. Stage 2. From skills to depth. Once you've built a skill set, the next level isn't about adding more skills. It's about deepening the ones you already have. It's about putting in the reps, facing setbacks, and getting past your comfort zone. If your income or growth has been the same for a while, chances are you're stuck in maintenance mode instead of pushing for real depth. Pro tip: think about skills like fitness. In the beginning, just showing up builds muscle, but eventually, you have to turn up the intensity to keep growing. The same goes for your craft. Character traits: the key to consistent growth. At a certain point, what holds us back is no longer the skills, but the character traits needed to apply those skills consistently. Things like patience, resilience, and focus become critical to sticking with it when progress isn't immediate. The persistence, or stick-to-itness, is what separates those who reach their goals from those who abandon their plans too soon. You can't do everything. Here's a powerful mindset shift. You can be successful at anything you want, but not everything you want. Spreading yourself too thin feels like you're getting more done, but in reality, you're slowing down your progress. Real success comes from going deep in one area. Pro tip: if you're not willing to say no to distractions, you're saying no to growth. Narrow your focus, and you'll unlock levels you didn't know existed. Stage 3. Avoiding the maintenance trap. If you feel stuck, you might be in what I call the maintenance trap. This is where you're doing just enough to keep your current level, but not enough to push forward. It's like going to the gym and lifting the same weights every time. To break out, you need to increase the intensity, challenge yourself, and go beyond just coasting. Pro tip: don't confuse activity with progress. If you're doing the same thing repeatedly, it might be time to turn up the heat. Sometimes leveling up means doing less. It might seem counterintuitive, but sometimes leveling up means doing less. As you grow, some things you've been doing just won't serve you anymore. Letting go of what's no longer helping you frees up energy to focus on what truly moves the needle. Pro tip: take a step back and ask yourself, what can I eliminate? Letting go of tasks that no longer add value is a superpower. Final thoughts. So, I hope this resonates and helps you understand why you might be feeling stuck. Just remember, leveling up is rarely a straight line. You start with the basics, then deepen those skills, and eventually you build the traits that keep you on course. Stick with it, focus on what matters, and you'll break through those plateaus. If you found this helpful, feel free to share it or tag someone who needs to hear it.